For the next one, we're going to go over the microphone. That's the XM8500. That's roughly based on the Shure SM58, which is a vocal microphone that's set to have more of a neutral voice. Now, the Behringer has a pretty neutral voice, maybe a little bit warm, and it's set to be a little bit lower in gain. So I usually adjust it on the mixer. We'll get to that next and showing about the mixer. And what I do is I adjust that to adjust for the lower gain amounts on the microphone. Now, it could be that I stay usually between 12 to 18 inches away from the microphone for recording purposes. And that could be the reason why, or it could be that I'm speaking at a slightly lower volume than it's used to, next to a singing voice or a normal recording voice. So this could interpret to a much lower output. But because I'm able to up the gain to a normal level, it picks up a normal good voice, and I just adjust accordingly. And because I'm able to do this, it's able to get a very nice tone without being harsh in any frequency, which is exactly what you're looking for from the microphone. Now, if it was picking up something being very, very harsh at the top end, which is usually a major concern, then that would be where I consider it a very negative microphone. And this is something where I think it's very good that it's not picking up any type of high pitches. It's not picking up frequencies from other areas of the room that it shouldn't be because of the microphone stand it's on, even though it's a cheaper stand. And it's picking up basically the voice it needs to and really nothing else. So it's really doing exactly what it needs to be doing. Now, as a microphone, it's really something that's pretty cheap. I mean, you could pretty much buy a cheaper pair of headphones. A cheaper pair of decent headphones for the same amount as you would spend on this microphone. I mean, as microphones are concerned, it's pretty much as cheap as they get. But it matters how the actual thing performs. And if the thing performs well, you have yourself a good microphone. Now, I'd rather have a good microphone that's cheap than a poor microphone that I spend a lot of money on and it doesn't do the job where I have to EQ it a lot just to get it to sound good. I don't want to spend a lot of money on something just because it has a bigger name on it. Now, you can go with like Newman or Shure or one of the other, like an AKG or something, or one of the other brands that's a lot more expensive and not get the tone that you're looking for. Now, you might notice that with this whole thing, that you might notice that I'm kind of leaning toward Behringer, but that's because Behringer, I've used their products for quite some time, and I've had a lot of good luck with them. And that's because they tend to have a certain tone with their products for their output that ends up being their signature for both either Behringer for a lot of their general purpose products or for Bugera, which is more of their guitar and bass amp products, or even acoustic amp products in the case of where they produce one of them. And you'll see that there's a certain tone to their products that ends up coming out that's a little bit warmer than others and not quite as high in gain, which is something that's a little bit different. And you'll notice that, and this is something that I've kind of gotten used to and kind of gotten to appreciate amongst other brands. And when it comes to the actual quality of what they put into it, they put in a lot more than what you actually put for output for the actual money. you're actually getting something that you actually can use. Like when you get a mixer or something, they're not just taking a crappy, low quality mixer, they're taking it and bringing it down from the actual larger sizes and just making it for a smaller format. They're not just basically putting low quality components in as they used to for a lot of other brands. Or just basically just saying that small format is just a PA head and claiming that as a small format, which is really something of a different animal. Now with this microphone, it really offers me something that even no matter how I'm feeling or what the situation is, I can still articulate myself and it still comes through, which is something very, very nice. And it doesn't really pick up much outside of the range that I'm looking at. It's only picking up basically what's in front, and it's not picking up really much outside of that, which is good, except for when I actually forget to put the mic in front of me, which means I have to re-record these sessions, which is difficult. Now that becomes a problem, but that's something in my own behalf of not forgetting actually to put the mic in front of me and do my own job. But that's a totally different issue. Now we'll get to the mixer next, and then we'll finish off with the actual audio interface last. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Bye.